things are moving along pretty well in cleaning up the engine compartment and sanding it down and getting ready to primer it and all of that. But I need a little bit better access, and in any case, I need to take off the bonnet because it's going to have to be painted. And so I've got to the point now that I really want to get the bonnet out of my way so I can really get into nooks and crannies and hand sand and get the old paint off and things like that. And then also to strip whatever it is that they've sprayed all over the inside of the bonnet so we can also put it to body color. What you can notice are the splines for the windscreen wipers there, and the windscreen blades come off pretty easily. And you can see there's a little tab, not very well in focus, but there's a little tab. You sort of put a screwdriver in there. There's a little tab. You put a screwdriver in there, kind of push it open, and then just slide these off. And they come off pretty easily. So I wanted those out of my hair, and they're there. And of course, what I'm going to end up doing is undoing the rod here that holds the bonnet up. And the hinges are external hinges, and you can see that basically they just four studs with nuts that you have to undo, and those are attached to these securing bars that go across to this center thing. Now, a lot of Morrises are missing that center bit, sort of tack welded on there, but this one's pretty complete. The bonnet is in really good shape, no dents or anything like that, so I want to be careful. But we're going to undo those four things, undo this one, and then with two people we'll lift the bonnet free and just get a little bit better access to continue our work here underneath. Okay, so that's very easily done, and as I said, it takes two people to lift it away nicely, and went fine. I'm going to want to pull this off, which is again the sort of stick that secures it, and you can see there's just a cotter pin down there. And we'll pull that out with the spring and put that in with all the parts, and then we'll be ready to get back at this job again, and stripping it down and getting it ready to primer to go back to the correct engine bay blue color. Now the nice thing is that the Morris bonnet is really it's pretty small, and it's very, very light. So it's pretty easy to work on, and what we want to do is flip it over and remove some of the chrome and the side flashing pieces, and then we'll pressure wash the underside, and we'll strip that off. Let's see what it looks like underneath. All right, so here it is. It's easy to flip over. It's basically a one-hand job. It's so light. You can see that a bar in the center. The two stabilizers that go back to the hinges and hook onto one of the hinge studs, and there's some interesting custom things here. The use of curtain hooks to hold the flashing on the side. We definitely will be doing away with that. And then if you look, so we're going to take off these pieces here. And you can see the original blue that the bonnet was underneath, and then it's been kind of sprayed with some sort of a nasty paint. Someone then seemed to have liberally coated this bar with undercoating for some reason, and again you can see a bit of the blue peeking through, and hopefully we'll be able to just take that off. And then if we go forward, the center flash, the little handle is hooked on there, and you can see how it's hooked on, and there's a little stabilizer. And then finally the thing that locates the bonnet onto the body there, and all of that will come off, and we'll have to strip this all down because we are going to bring it all back to the original blue color here. Sorting out the engine compartment on the Miner is actually no easy task, even though it's a small little engine compartment. These folks seem to really like cheap black spray paint, and they also liked undercoating, and they put undercoating all over here, and basically that had to be softened and scraped up. And I've still got a bit of it to work off of that panel there, and so that's taking some time. And they did the same thing on the other side here, and that had to be scraped, and will have to be all sanded down and taken to metal and then primered. So it's a fair amount of work, but we're getting there. And you got to do it right, because you know, it's not gonna look right, and it's not gonna last if we don't have a good foundation on it. So you gotta figure you're gonna spend a few days doing this sort of thing, even in the case of a miner which like this one is really in nice condition. Doesn't have a bunch of rust and all sorts of holes in it and things like that. A bit of surface rust here and there, which is easy to get rid of, and then we keep taking it down, seeing what's underneath. The inner portion of that front apron there is what holds the radiator in place, and as you can see, the two bolts that go in each side hold the radiator. And so what I'm doing right now is I've got that off, and I'm stripping it back, and this kind of nasty black spray paint is coming off pretty fast, and you can see pretty good looking metal, and the original, again, teal blue color, which is what we're going to bring the car back. So I'm gonna paint this bit with the engine bay and the front apron and the rest of the external panels. Then I'm going to get some pros to spray that, and we'll block it, spray it, and then color sand it. But this part I can do a pretty good job of in our shop here. So after stripping everything down and cleaning up as best I could and sanding it down, I've used the first coat is a red oxide etched primer that I'm hoping is going to inhibit any rust forming in here in the future. I think it looks pretty decent, and we're going to let that cure and set for a while, and then we'll go on the top of it with a regular gray primer, and then eventually we'll lay the color coat down. But so far so good, and it looks like it's in pretty good nick, this engine bay area. Okay, so after letting the red oxide etch primer cure, I'm putting on some gray filler primer, and there'll probably be a couple of coats of this and a bit of touch up here and there where there's little dents and things like that. But this will go over the top and let me smooth it and give it a really nice smooth finish for the teal blue coat that I want to go. And obviously I'm not going to want to spray that right over the top of this red etch primer here. I want to put down this nice blue or this nice gray sandable primer that I can smooth things out, find imperfections, things like that, and try to get the engine compartment looking as neat as possible before I go ahead and I spray it with the teal blue. So just giving you an idea of the contrast here as I lay down the filler primer on top of that red oxide.